Yo, what's going on YouTube? My name's SoFlo Sneakers, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over everything you need to know to successfully purchase your first sneaker bot in the safest ways possible. This video is going to be part 1 out of a new series I'm starting called How to Start Sneaker Botting in 2021, in which I'm going to show you how to go from knowing little to nothing about sneaker botting to being able to cook on some of the most hype releases. If you want to stay up to date with the new series and the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below and make sure to drop a like on this video if it provided you value in any way. On that note, let's get into it. Buying your first sneaker bot can definitely be a little intimidating at first. There's a ton of different bots to choose from, and you're potentially going to be sending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to someone else online. In this video, I'm going to be going over the safest and most secure ways to purchase sneaker bots, and I'm also going to give you guys some different tips and tricks for how to avoid scams and anything else really along those lines. I would highly recommend watching this video into the end because I'm going to be going over a ton of useful information that I really think is going to help you guys out. The first step, of course, in the entire process is that you're going to have to do your own research and figure out which bot is going to be the best for your own personal goals and finances. The next video in this series is actually going to be on how to decide which sneaker bot is the perfect fit for you, so if you haven't made this decision just yet, make sure to stay tuned for that. The first website that I always recommend people check out is going to be botbroker.io, which is on screen now. This website is going to be the #1 safest and most secure way to purchase a sneaker bot. Because it's the safest and the most secure, it's of course going to be the most expensive, and I'm going to be getting into pricing in just a minute. Once we're on BotBroker, we can either search up a bot right here, or we can click on bots, and this is going to show us all of the bots that are currently supported by BotBroker. So we can see here we have a ton of the top bots. We have Cyber, Nebula, Dragon, Wrath, Splashforce, Balco, and the list kind of goes on and on here. Keep in mind that not every bot is going to be supported by BotBroker, and only the ones we're seeing on screen now are ones that we're able to purchase through this website. So we can go ahead and click on a bot that we want to get more information on, and for this video's purposes, we're going to be doing Cyber. So we're just going to click on Cyber here, and then we can see all of the different sites that it supports, the last sale, we can see the retail cost, the renewal cost, their website, when the bot was released, and all the different compatibility options here. We can see some UI pictures here, which is the bot's user interface, and then we can scroll down and then we can see all of the different pricing for Cyber. We could see the different ask prices right here, and the ask price is basically what people are willing to sell the bot for, and if we scroll down we can see all of the different bids, and this is what people are willing to buy the bot for. Keep in mind that with most bots, you're going to have the option to buy a lifetime copy or a renewal copy. Lifetime means that once you purchase the bot, you're going to have the bot for life, and you're not going to have to pay any more renewal fees to continue to use the bot. On the other hand, we can take a look at the renewal copies here. So we can see all of the different renewal dates here, and basically what this means is that once the bot hits the renewal date, you're going to have to pay the renewal price. So if we scroll back up, we can see the renewal cost right here, which is £100 for every 6 months for Cyber, and keep in mind that this is going to vary from bot to bot. So let's say that we purchase this copy right here. On February 13th is when we're going to have to renew the bot and pay this £100 renewal fee. Once we pay the renewal fee, then we're able to use the bot for an additional 6 months, and then once that 6 months is up, then we have to pay the renewal fee again, and the process goes on and on. For a quick little tip, in most cases it really doesn't make sense to buy the lifetime copy of a bot, so I would definitely recommend going with the renewal copy, especially if you're just starting out. If we look on screen here, we can see some different notes for buyers, like how do I buy a key, how does BotBroker guarantee safety, and then we can scroll down and kind of see the same things for sellers, and this is basically just going to be walking you through the process, which is honestly very simple on BotBroker. Essentially, all that's really happening on BotBroker is that you're going to make an account, you're going to fill out your information, and then you're going to place the bid on the bot that you want. Someone accepts your bid, you pay, and then congratulations, you now have the bot. If we come up to the FAQ section right up on top here, we can see all of the different FAQs, but the main one we're going to be taking a look at is going to be the pricing. So we could see here that if you're selling a bot on BotBroker, you're going to be paying a 9% fee, and the seller will end up taking 91% of the sale. If we're going to be purchasing a bot on BotBroker, you're going to see that you're going to have to pay a 6% fee. So let's just say that we end up purchasing Cyber for $6,000, we're going to have to pay an additional $360 on top of this cost. If we come back into the bots tab, we can see all the different sites that all these different bots support, but something else you want to keep in mind is that just because a bot says that it supports a specific site doesn't necessarily mean that it does well on that site, let alone even work on that site. So if we take a look at Splashforce, and I'm sorry to call out Splashforce on this one, but it's true, we can see that it supports Adidas, Supreme, Shopify, and Yeezy Supply, but in reality, for about the past year, Splashforce has really only worked on Yeezy Supply and Adidas. The best way to really find out if a bot is working on a specific site is, one, you could just leave a comment down below and I'll let you know right there. And number two, which I would highly recommend you guys to do, especially if you're just starting out, is join my Discord cook group, which will be that first link down in the description below. It is a very, very beginner-friendly group. It is 100% free to join as of now, and we pretty much have 24/7 support to get all of your guys' questions answered. Once again, BotBroker is going to be the most expensive, but it's also going to be the easiest and most secure way to purchase a sneaker bot. The next way to purchase a sneaker bot that we're going to be discussing is from a Discord marketplace. My personal favorite is going to be Tidal Marketplace, and this is actually the marketplace that I've purchased all of my bots from, except for Splashforce, which I ended up getting off of BotBroker. Tidal incorporates the use of middlemen to safely buy and sell bots, cook group memberships, autofills, and the list really goes on and on. As you guys could see, I'm already in Tidal Marketplace on screen now, and I'm basically just going to be breaking down the entire server so you guys understand what is necessary to purchase a bot through here. Keep in mind that Tidal is going to be much cheaper than BotBroker, and if you watch this video and understand what I'm talking about, it is a very safe and very good alternative to using BotBroker, once again at a much cheaper price. Just like everything else, I'll be leaving a link down to Tidal in the description, and it's 100% free to join, but you are going to have to pay a small fee for a membership, and we're going to be going over that in just a second here. So once you join Tidal, you're going to have access to all of these different channels right here, and we have different channels like announcements, group buys, YouTube partners, which hopefully I'm going to be under very shortly, and then we have some release channels here, but the first important channel that we're really going to be taking a look at is going to be pricing, which is right under middleman help. Under this tab is of course where we're going to see all of the different pricing for the server, and I think this is a good time to kind of explain how the server actually works. It's a relatively simple process, but essentially what's going to be happening is you're going to find someone who's selling the bot that you want, you're going to DM them and kind of negotiate your way in there, and then what you're going to do is open something called a ticket within Tidal. Once the ticket's opened, you're going to be greeted by a middleman who's going to be an employee at Tidal. Then what's going to happen is that the person selling the bot is going to completely hand over the bot to the middleman, so the bot is 100% going to be in the middleman's possession, and then what you're going to do is pay the person who's selling the bot. Once they've confirmed to the middleman that they've received the payment that you sent them, then the middleman is going to hand you over the bot. If you're not completely understanding just yet, don't worry, I understand that was kind of a fast explanation there. But I'm going to be breaking all of this down step by step, so by the end of this video you should have a much better understanding. So first things first, let's talk about the Tidal membership and how much it costs to actually be able to buy and sell bots within this server. If we scroll to the bottom of this screen here, we can see that you can purchase a membership to Tidal for only $9.49 for every 3 months, but if you use my code, which is going to be SoFlo50, that'll take 50% off of this cost, so for 3 months, the membership is only going to cost you $4.75. Now, if we scroll back up to the top here, this right here is going to be the pricing that we're going to be paying the middleman during the transaction. So if you're buying a bot that's under $1,000, you're going to have to pay the middleman $7, and if it's a bot that's over $1,000, it's going to be $12. If you want to do a trade, it's going to be $19, and cook groups are going to be following the same pricing as bots, and you can see right here that it says either buyer or seller pays, and this is going to be something that you're going to negotiate with the buyer or seller, and I'm going to get into this a little bit later in the video. So once again, you can see that Tidal is a very cheap option for buying and selling bots, and if you follow this video and do it the right way, it can also be a very safe and secure marketplace as well. So you guys should definitely be reading this entire pricing channel, and you're going to want to read the README channel, of course. We then have the scam prevention channel here, which is once again another channel that you guys should be reading, and we're going to get back to scams a little later in the video. How to is just going to be a brief overview on how the marketplace works, and it's kind of just the same exact steps that I explained, and once again we're going to be diving into this into detail. The guide channel right here is going to be a very important one that we're going to be taking a look at. So in the guide channel are going to be all of the different bots that Tidal middlemans. So we can just kind of scroll down and we can see that it is a much bigger list than BotBroker, but just like BotBroker, Tidal isn't going to support every single bot on the market. If you're gonna take one thing and one thing only away from this video, let it be this. You always want to be using a middleman when doing a bot transaction. This is kind of a given, but you should never trust a random person online. Always use a middleman when completing a bot transaction. There is literally no reason that you shouldn't be using one, and I'm telling you right now, the easiest way to get scammed is by not using a middleman in a bot transaction. Anybody in the world can buy a membership to Tidal and post their bots for sale, and if you hit them up and they keep saying we don't have to use a middleman, I have references on Twitter, etc., this is a major red flag, and once again, you always want to be using a middleman. So if we scroll down this list here, we're going to see some common terms that are coming up on pretty much every bot, and it's going to be words like unbindable, burner Discord, and we even have some transferable here, and I'm going to explain what these all mean right now. So the first term we're going to be going over is going to be unbindable. The first thing that you do when you purchase a bot is you're going to be binding the bot to your Discord account, or in other words, you're going to be linking the bot to your Discord account. Your bot and your Discord account are going to go hand in hand, and as long as your bot is binded or linked to your Discord account, you're going to have complete control and complete access to the bot. So when we see the term unbindable, this means that a bot can be unbinded from someone's Discord account and binded to another. So for example, if I'm selling you my copy of Cyber, the first thing that I have to do is I have to unbind Cyber from my Discord account, and then once you purchase it, you're going to bind it to yours. So now once it's binded to your Discord account, you now have complete access over the Cyber key. Along with having access to the key, the majority of bots also have a Discord server where they post informations, updates, release guides, etc. And once you bind the bot to your Discord account, you're going to have access to the bot's Discord server. I hope this is all kind of making sense so far, but once again, as we keep going into the video, it all should start to clear up. The next term we're going to be talking about is going to be a burner Discord. Essentially, all a burner Discord is just a backup Discord account. So you have your main Discord account, and then if you were to go and make another one, that would technically be your burner. So if we take a look at Balco here, we can see that the only way to purchase Balco is on a burner Discord. So this means that Balco is going to be different from, let's say, Cyber in the way that it can't be unbinded and binded to Discords, but once it's binded to a Discord, it has to stay on that Discord account, and once again, you're not able to unbind it. So what people do is they'll put Balco on a burner Discord, which is just like their backup Discord account, and when you're going to be purchasing Balco, instead of having it unbinded and binded to your Discord, you're going to be given the entire burner Discord account that the person is selling. If you want to access the Balco Discord server or maybe reset your key, the only downside is that you're just going to have to log into the second Discord, the burner, and handle everything there. So once again, if you're buying a bot that's on a burner Discord, that basically just means that the person is going to give you the entire Discord account with the bot on it. The next term we're going to be taking a look at is going to be next to Kilo, which is transferable. How this works is that the bot is basically going to be transferred over through the dashboard that the bot has. This really isn't too common among bots, but there are a few good bots like Kilo and Prism that do use this transferable method. But if you are confused, and this kind of just goes for anything related to Tidal, you can always message this DM for support bot right up here, and then someone that works support for Tidal will get back to you. Of course, you don't just want to start DMing the bot with any question that pops into your head. You want to search in the server first and make sure that you can't find the answer there, and then you can go ahead to DM the bot. Just a quick note, if you guys are unsure about anything in this video or literally anything else sneaker botting related, you can always drop a comment down below. I literally respond to every single comment, so you can always feel free to do that. Or once again, you can join my Discord group, which will be that first link down in the description. Or if it's something related to Tidal, remember to DM that bot. The absolute last thing that I want to see is anyone out there get scammed, because I literally hate scammers with a burning passion. So please guys, if you have a question, do not hesitate to reach out. Going off of that, I think it's a good time to talk about scams. So we're going to head over to the scam prevention here. And once again, you guys should definitely be reading this whole channel, but the main thing that we're going to talk about right here is finding this Discord ID. So on Discord, someone can literally replicate the same exact username and numbers. So if we click on Optify's name here, we can see that his name is Optify #0001. But sometimes what people do is they'll use an I or an L, and they both look very similar, and they can literally almost make a Discord username completely identical. So then what they'll do is, let's just say that someone's trying to do do it for Optify here, and let's just say that they use an I instead of an L, and it wouldn't really work for this. But regardless, let's just say that someone DM'd you saying that they were Optify, and then they say, I'm a middleman in title, you can trust me, blah, 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 blah. The easiest way to eliminate this problem is by watching this video right here on how to find your Discord ID. We would come into Title Marketplace, we would click on the Optify that's actually under the middleman here, we would check his Discord ID, and then we would go to the person that's DMing us, we would check their ID, and I can guarantee you it is not going to be the same. This is such a big scam that I've seen many people fall for, and this can easily be avoided by checking someone's Discord ID. This once again always comes down to using a middleman and never ever dealing in the DMs. You're always going to want to be dealing in a ticket, and I'm going to show you how to open up a ticket and what it all looks like in just a second here. So moving forward from this, we can scroll down and we can see some scammer alerts, bot reviews, cook group reviews, etc. And then scrolling down is really where all the magic's going to happen. So there's going to be a couple main terms for all of these different bots located down here. WTS equals want to sell, WTT equals want to trade, WTB equals want to buy, and if you ever see WTRO, that means want to rent out, or WTR means want to rent. For all of the different bots listed in Title Marketplace, they all have an info section right here, which we can click on, and this is basically just going to give us some important information about each bot. So we can see Adept, and Adept is mainly a Supreme bot, and we can see that the retail price is 100 euros. It has a 50 euro 6-month renewal fee, and they also have lifetime. The supported sites is going to be Supreme, platforms is Windows and Macs, and then we can see right here that it is unbindable. So once again, if you wanted to buy this from someone, they would unbind it from their Discord, and then you would bind it to yours to have full control and full access over the bot. So once again, we're going to come back to the cyber example here, and WTS cyber means everyone that wants to sell cyber. So we're going to click on that, and then what we're going to do is just basically search for someone selling cyber, and this is where it's really up to you guys to find the best deal possible for yourself. So we could see a July renewal here for 6,100. We have a May renewal for 6,000, 6.2, 6.2. Anywhere in between 6,000 and 6,200 is the current market value for cyber. If you remembered the price I showed a little earlier on BotBroker, it said the last sale was for $6,050. So that's pretty much in the range here, but just remember that on BotBroker, you're going to have that 6% fee, which is probably going to end up taking the bot closer to 6.4. If you'd rather just spend the extra $400 and get it right from BotBroker and have your key instantly delivered to you, then I would say 100% go for that. But like I said, I did end up buying my cyber copy from Title, and it really was a pretty smooth transaction. Another term in the community is going to be refs, which is basically references, and these typically happen on someone's Twitter page. So we could see this guy here has 400 plus refs, and this is obviously a very good sign, but it's not necessarily something that you want to trust too much. And what I mean by this is that if someone says I have 400 plus refs, go check my Twitter, I'm legit, we don't have to use a middleman, no go. Always use a middleman, guys, please. The next step in the process is going to be negotiating. So let's say that we like this deal here, the wanna sell cyber May renewal for 6,000. I don't know about you guys, but I always like to get the lowest possible price for literally anything. Obviously, don't message this guy and offer him 5K because that's just going to waste your time and his, but maybe shoot him an offer around 57, 58, and then maybe if you guys can meet at 58.5 or 5900, that could be a decent deal there. Some people aren't going to be willing to negotiate at all, and if that's the case, then you can just move on to the next person because people are posting wanna sells all day long, and sometimes you really can get lucky and get a pretty decent price. Like I mentioned a little earlier, you can also negotiate the middleman price into the deal. So for cyber, since it's over $1,000, the middleman fee is going to be $12. And if you're spending $6,000 on a bot, you don't really want to lose the deal over not paying the middleman fee for $12. So if let's say you agree on $5,900, but they say you have to pay the middleman, you can obviously try to ask them to pay, but if they really don't want to, it might be smart for you to just pay it. But once again, obviously you want to try to get the best deal for yourself. So let's just say that we messaged this guy right here and we both agreed on $5,900, I covered the middleman. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a ticket within Title. And I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. I spoke with the owner of Title and I told him I'd be making this video, so it's okay for me to open a ticket and show you guys everything that's going on. So what we're going to do is come to ticket submission right here, and then all you're going to want to do is type in -new, and then you're going to want to type in the bot that you're buying. So for us, it's going to be cyber. And then look what happens now. right under, you just saw this ticket opened up right beneath ticket submission. So this is a ticket, and this is the only thing that you want to be dealing with. I'm going to show you guys what a fake DM might look like in just a second, but right now we are in the ticket, we are still in Title Marketplace, we are under tickets, and this is exactly where you want to be. You do not want to be anywhere else. You do not want to be in the DMs or whatever else it may be. You want to be in this ticket right here. So we could see that 717 is a middleman right here, and just because he's not listed on the right, we can click on his name and we can see that he still has the middleman role, and more than likely he just set his status to offline. So he just said, hey, how's it going? So I would explain the situation to him that I'm buying cyber, and then I would send him the name of the person that's selling it to me. Then what would happen is he's going to add that person in the ticket, and then you guys are going to tell him the deal, how much you're paying, what payment method you're using, who's covering the middleman, etc. And then what's going to happen is that person you're buying it from is going to DM 717 here, and he's going to completely hand him over the bot key. And then what's going to happen is 717 is going to bind the bot key to his Discord account, so he now has full access and control over the bot. Once the middleman has this full control over the bot, then what you're going to have to do is pay the person selling the bot. I'm going to be going over payment methods in just a second because this is another very important point, but let's just say that you paid the person selling the bot. Then what's going to happen is they're going to confirm that they received the payment, and then 717 here will send you over the bot so that you're able to bind it to your Discord. So guys, once again, I'm sorry for reiterating it so much, but I've seen so many people get scammed from dealing in the DMs, so make sure that you're always opening up a ticket and you're always using a middleman. Now I'm going to show you guys what a fake ticket looks like, which would essentially just be in the DMs. So I just opened up a DM with two of my friends here, and what people are going to do to try to trick you, and it's crazy, but look, they can just rename it. So they'll rename it to Ticket 2, and then let's say that that person has that identical Discord username to someone else, and they're going to say they're in a middleman, and then they renamed it to Ticket 2, and they're just going to try to trick you this way. Do not fall for it, guys. We are clearly in direct messages right here. You never want to be dealing in direct messages. I've seen this happen so many times, and then once again, we're going to come back into Title. We have our ticket right here under ticket submission, and this is the place where you want to be. The last thing that we're going to be discussing in this video is going to be payment methods, and this is a pretty important part of the video, so I hope you guys stuck around to hear it. We're going to have three categories of payment methods going from the safest to the not safest. So we're going to have the safest, we're going to have pretty safe, which should be good, and then we're going to have the ones you really shouldn't use. The number one safest payment methods that you can use are going to be bank transfers, TransferWise, crypto, or Revolut. Crypto is really going to be the only one that is pretty much safe to use, and you can't really charge back on crypto. But if you're not familiar with crypto, Revolut or a bank transfer is a very good option. If you're unfamiliar with bank transfers or crypto, the one on this list that I would really recommend using is going to be Revolut. I'll leave a link down to it in the description, but what Revolut essentially kind of is a prepaid card that you load money onto. This prepaid card is linked directly to your bank, and then you search up someone's username, and that's how you send money to them. With bank transfers, TransferWise, crypto, and Revolut, there is very minimal chance of a chargeback, although guys, with any online payment method, a chargeback is 100% always possible. You have to keep this in mind that if someone goes to their bank and they say someone hacked their account and they didn't authorize this transaction, the bank is more than likely going to open up a dispute. Whether that person wins the dispute and gets their money back is honestly a pretty slim chance, but it can happen and you have to be aware of this. So once again, bank transfers, TransferWise, crypto, or Revolut are going to be the number one safest ways to pay online. Coming into the number two category of ways that are still very safe, but not as safe as a bank transfer, crypto, etc., are going to be Cash App, Zelle, and Apple Pay. I personally use Cash App and Zelle to pay for my copy of Cyber, and it went super smooth, but something that I made sure of is that the person that I was buying from was a reputable person in the community. He did have his refs, and once again, refs can be faked, so you shouldn't completely be going off of this, but I have heard of this person before, and I knew that he was a relatively reputable person in the community, so it made me feel a little bit better there. Cash App, Zelle, and Apple Pay are going to be very safe methods to use, but once again guys, a chargeback is 100% possible on nearly every payment method. Coming down to the third safest way to pay, which honestly are really not that safe at all, and to be honest, you should totally avoid using these payment methods, and these two are going to be PayPal and Venmo. Overall, these two are very easy to charge back on, and guys, there's really not much else to say about it. PayPal and Venmo, you really don't want to be using these two. People say, oh, you can use PayPal FNF and they can't charge back. Not true. Don't use PayPal. Don't use PayPal FNF. Whatever it means, just guys, don't use PayPal. Don't use Venmo. It's just not worth it. Let's say you're selling a bot and someone offers you $500 more than market and they say they want to pay with PayPal only. Guys, common sense, scam. Don't do it. No PayPal, no Venmo. So I know that was kind of a lot, but in summary, the best payment method is going to be crypto, then bank transfers, TransferWise, and Revolut. And then the second best, which are still very good options, are going to be Cash App, Zelle, and Apple Pay. And then bottom of the list, don't use them, PayPal and Venmo. We just went through a ton of information, guys, so I would definitely recommend running this video back, going over parts you're unsure of, and once again, if you're unsure, drop a comment, join my Discord group, open up a support ticket and title, whatever it is, get your questions answered, guys, if you're unsure about something, because I am more than happy to help if it means that you guys aren't going to be getting scammed. I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of the new series, and if you're still listening to me right now, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a nice comment, leave a question, whatever it is, and that pretty much wraps up this video, so I will catch you guys on the next one.